Well, the reigning Everest champion Redzel is a remarkable story in himself. The 7-year-old gelding, trained by father and son duo Peter and Paul Snowden, of course won the inaugural Everest in 2017 and again last year, pushing his total winnings to more than $15.5 million.
Yeah, get you a long way on a ferry. He's back again this year, running for Yulong Investments in the hope of making it 3 straight Everests. There is a big group of owners behind the might of Redzel, and one of them joins us in the studio, the heart and pride of Wollongong, Peter Pyrus. How are you, my friend?
Good, thanks, Tim. How are you?
Good. Tell us, this horse has literally changed your life.
He sure has.
Tell us.
Well, I unfortunately went through leukemia. 3 days before Christmas '98, I got diagnosed, told I got 3 years to live. I got a bone marrow match in June '99, had a transplant. But the chemo I had was one of the heaviest doses you could have. They don't even give it anymore. And the side effects I copped were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't put on weight for like 19 years. I couldn't put on any weight. And then this 4-legged creature came along.
How did it happen? How did they get you involved?
Well, like I do every year, I get the Magic Million catalogue and I circle the horses I like, and I put like asterisks and that against the names, and the ones I think are going to go for like 500 plus and that, I put like a special symbol on there. And he was marked in the catalogue as one of them. And then on the first night, I think it was the first night of the Magic Million sales, I come home from work, have a look on the computer, and I see 120,000. I go, what? That's a bargain. Then I look next to it and it's Triple Crown. And I had a horse with Triple Crown patronymy. Unfortunately, she had a bit of bad luck. Otherwise, she would have won the slipper. She injured herself. She was a favourite for the slipper. And I thought, I'll give him a call. So I rang, because I still had Chris's number. I rang him there, and he goes, hey, Pete, what are you up to? I go, oh, I see you bought that horse today, Snitzel. He goes, yeah, well, I'm in. He goes, we haven't even syndicated yet. I go, don't worry, I'm in. And from there on,
Tell us about, let's rewind the clock. Take us back to the beginning, because you study and you have studied this.
Bloodlines, yeah.
Bloodlines from the get-go. Tell us where the love of racing started.
I started when I was probably 6 or 7. I used to go with this old bloke, Uncle Tony, because there used to be 2 tabs in Kembla Street. One tab that was our restaurant, which we took all the stuff home and we set up like a tab at the back of our house, me and my brother.
Gold.
I'd be the bookie and he'd be putting the beds on, and there's some shifty stuff going on.
I'm sure there was. I've got 4 brothers myself and a sister.
I'd rig the drawers and that. It was good fun, but anyway, that's how I got my love for racing. I used to go to the tab, and this old bloke taught me lots of things about bloodlines, not the back races with less than 8 horses, no fair dividend, and just plus when I was a baby, I was riding a horse already. So my grandpa horses, and I love horses.
Well, you look at Snitzel, the champion sire, and the father of Redzel. We call him the father of the Everest because obviously Redzel's won both. Having been through all that hardship 20 odd years ago, and to have done your research and to come up with this horse and to see the horse win the Everest, what was it like?
Unbelievable. It was surreal. It was, for the first Everest, the 3 weeks after we won, I felt like I was floating above like when I was walking, I was floating. It was unbelievable. It was just amazing.
Tell us about this group of people too. We're looking at the vision now, the celebrations there, and you guys have become, there you are. You know, you guys always have the red on. We know exactly with that red army where you are on race day. Tell us about the people. They're more like family now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're unbelievable people, yeah. All of them have got like stories behind themselves, and we meet like every race day. We talk before the race days. We've got like little chat groups, and we're just like family, yeah. We give each other like big hugs. Yeah. Even Paul and Peter, they're like family. Kieran, the wife. Yeah. Everyone.
He had a rough old autumn, really, by his lofty standards, Redzel, and a lot of people had the question marks, what's going to happen? They seem to have worked out what was wrong, and bang, last week he got back on Broadway, huh?
Well, I reckon he never left. He's always a spring horse. If you look at his record over the spring, it's impeccable. He hasn't lost many. He's got a lot of wins in the spring.
So he's just having a little break in the order.
Yeah, I think so. Plus, he's getting old and he needed a little rest. Extra.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows when to the party.
You were getting nice and excited just watching Darren Flindell's call of the Concorde just then. Break it down for us, because Pia Ryder did come home strong. What did you make of that race?
It was one of the highest rating Concordes ever, and Pia Ryder is our main danger. Mm-hmm. And I also Classic Legend, because I reckon I've always, from day one, I've followed him, and I said that's a horse to follow. So he's an up-and-comer, so he could be a sneaky thing. But Pia Ryder's, it was a good run, but Redzel, just unbelievable.
And Graf not in the Everest, but every chance of getting a slot was outstanding as well on the inside, another 200 metres. What about the second Everest? Like, say you're floating on, on fresh air for 3 weeks after the first one.
Well, I did an interview before the first Everest, and I said if we win the first, we'll go back to back, just like Archer, and we did.
Jeez.
So I knew we'd go back to back.
Did you float any
this
longer?
This time I bring my parents, and they had the best day of their lives. They still talk about it today. They loved it.
Give us a little, from your perspective, because there's very few people that will ever experience an Everest win. What is that crowd like? It's like nothing else we've ever seen at Randwick. It's
insanity. It's like you're playing the grand final in front of a big crowd, and you've won the grand final, and you're just it was especially that day we copped it. Shoals, Santa, all day we copped it. We're going to lose. We're the underdogs, and then to win. I did the staying cold. It was beautiful.
Now, okay, here it is. Here it is. You got to get the Peter Pyrus crystal ball out. The crystal ball comes with a lot of research, but three-peat. Does it happen? October 19, does Redzel do it for a third time straight?
Well, I've asked him the same question the last 2 years, and he answered.
He does like to nod his head, doesn't he?
He's the smartest horse I know.
Have you asked him yet?
I have.
And what did he say?
I asked him twice. I asked him in front of the strapper as well, and 3 times he said the same answer. Yes.
Okay. Well, there it is. You've heard it from the horse's mouth, literally.
That's right.
Well, thank you so very much for joining us. It is such a remarkable story. I love this Everest, this Redzel group.
Yeah.
Such wonderful people. And I tell you what, I think you could be onto something, because having been at the stable and seen him, he's ready to go.
He is, He's amazing.
He's amazing.
Good to see you, Pete.